Hey everybody, sorry about the late start today. Had a little issue, but we seem to be ready to go. So what we're apologize for starting late, but let's get to it. So here's where you're at. I mean, this is the one that I think everybody's probably wanting to know about space. So I'm just going to cover it in the very beginning, and we'll just address what's going on here. So what we're seeing happen this morning is a basic sell the news event, right? The high wick was the 4 o'clock trade. And then the pre-market data is in here, and I'll close these up so we can look more at this at what's going on here. But these fib levels are somewhat important, so I'm going to leave them. You're seeing we're unable to hold this one. We're unable to hold that Fibonacci level, right? So that just by definition means that you're probably heading back down to here. But you also have, and this is kind of slanted just a little bit, but there you are. So you could see how where your open was today, where you're at here, you're heading right to the 8-day. If you break this low, you're done. I mean, that'll be the end of it. If you break that low out, you'll see this come down to this 44, 43 level. That's just my opinion of it. And, we'll see how that plays out. But that's just kind of my feelings on it. So good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Brandon. So, hey, Charles. Hey, Swag. So, hey, Eric. So, just start throwing out names and we'll just start digging into it. And again, I apologize for starting late. I just had an issue. But in regards to space, I mean, I think that's what we have to look at. I got a lot of questions on Tesla, and again, pre-market data is already in. So that's why you're seeing the difference in the charts. I like that we're attempting again today. I'm kind of surprised by it, but look, I have a lot going on here in this little area, right? I have the high of this bar, 1, 2, 3. We know how these rising wedges end, right? They end with a roll, kind of forming a H. I don't want to admit it, but I'm kind of forming a mini H here. So I'm not really crazy about what I see. I'm running right into that level, right into the 8-day, and right into this huge wedge, right? So like, why do I don't see the sense in playing this right now, is the way that I'm looking at it. So ZIM and DDD, let's get into it. Eric, are you saying good morning or do you want to go over GM? DDD. So I really like the name. It was when we were in the newsletter and we made like 50% in a month. We did very well with it. Let me get rid of that. It's kind of irrelevant now. Look, you have to break this level. And every day that you're waiting to break this level, you're forming a different pattern. You're forming like this kind of blah where, I'm almost like a little H. It's not very enticing, right? It'll change. So like what you're looking for is you're looking for it to hit this and break on volume and go. And that's not what we have. We just have this thing kind of being in the doldrums and keep hitting this level and sitting there. So it's very possible that as much as I think the IWM is oversold, it's very possible that we just sit here with some of these smaller names. I don't see a reason to jump into this yet. I was watching 35, but it's got to be 35 on like huge volume. Like huge volume. So let's do UPST. Ton of interest in that one today. Ton of interest between Twitter and here. And I just don't get it. I mean, like, look, this is your breakdown bar. You're in a bear flag. No matter how you slice it, this is a bear flag. Right now, it's secondary to this position, but every time I get to this, I keep testing this line. So you're really going to have to see what you do here. Now, I would watch that, and that's somewhat interesting, right? So you could argue that between this opening, testing here, and then here, that's somewhat interesting. So that could be one where you come back to it. But you need to at least break that blue line. If you can't break that blue line, don't be chasing this. I mean, look at this. Look at all the nonsense that's going on right in there, right? You're trying to get above all this. So just watch winter earnings. Yeah, I mean, you've got till August before earnings, so just keep that in mind. I don't see the sense in chasing that. Tesla, I've done, Lovey. So space, I did. Let me do Nvidia. So the biggest hurdle for Nvidia, if those that want to play it, is getting above that 8-day moving average. To me, till it gets above there, you're just setting up to roll and test this 21. So until I get above that 8-day, and I have it in here for a reason. See how we didn't close below that 8-day since that break, right? So just to put that in perspective, just that simple move alone, right, was 40%. So I think it's really important, and I'm pointing that out for a reason. The fact that I'm breaking it now, maybe this will be my third day below it, is somewhat telling. It doesn't mean it's going down. It just means that I'm going to run into an issue. The stock split is on this day, July 20th. You may see renewed interest in it, but get me above that 8-day, and then maybe there's a trade there. Until then, I have no interest. So, but when I see that, I might get more involved in it again, Lovey. Let's take a look at REMX. I don't know. Let's take a look, yo. REMX. Let's see. See if I can see that one. REMX. Van Eck Vector's Rare Earth Strategic Metals. Yeah, I mean, that kind of seems all the rage today. I really like this volume. 500,000 shares doesn't really do it for me. What did we trade? Yeah, 500,000 shares. So that's not overtly exciting, but look at that. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you're looking for. I mean, that's telling you that you're trying to get back into a channel. So I see your interest in that. And I see the move, and I could see why somebody would buy this on Friday if they did. You might be a little too high off your base for me personally, but I do like this break, and I do like it. There may be a trade there. The other one you wanted to look at, with it was lit. So that's a very interesting trade. Yeah, this one, I like the other one more. So this is the global lithium battery ETF, right? You have a trend line right up here. This is why I always leave them in, because it saves me so much time, and then we can just talk about them pretty fast. But you see this line right here? You're running right into this. Now, if you flip this line, that would be great. And then you could see this really accelerate to the upside. But until that happens, we're just guessing on what's going to happen here. So just continue, just think like that, and we'll go from there. All right. But I do the other one you gave me, this one looks a lot better. I bet you it looks great on the weekly. Yeah. I mean, like, look at this on the weekly, right? Here, let's do a monthly on it. I like this. I like this idea a lot. I really do. It's one of these things, and that's what's so interesting. I always tell people this, like, I can't see everything, right? I just don't have the time. But you look at that on a monthly chart. Well, it's actually higher. We want the actual high. Where's your peak on this one? $99. Yeah, I mean, get through 99, right? Get through $99 on it. I mean, that's really what you're looking for. And it looks great. You literally have your cup here. You can argue this is your handle. Get through it, right? Form your handle, and this can go. This could really go. It's a great idea. Thanks for bringing it up, yo. Hey, Tom. FVRR. Yeah, I did a Fiverr. I think I've seen this site before. You're just having some issues. This is an enormously thick yellow bar. Let's just keep going. So here's this line down, right? You can see this here. Look, maybe I'll be a little more technical instead of saying, here's this line. Let's do it this way, so you can see what I'm looking at. See that? Now, what do? We always clone these, right? Why do we clone them? So we can kind of see where they fit and see if there's a little bit of a pattern. Yeah, there's a little bit of a pattern there. It's kind of like a cup, kind of like a handle, kind of breaks through that, and we could go higher. Let's look at the indicators now. Nobody's paying attention to this. There is no volume going on here whatsoever. So that makes me want to stay away, just to be blunt. but getting through this could lead to this. Well, not up there, but I don't know why it's not throwing them exactly where they should be today. 256 is really what you'd be looking for, right? Oh, maybe that did throw it up right because you're right there. So breaking that level, that wick I just showed you could get me up to here. But look at what I'm dealing with. Like, let's get rid of these indicators. All these wicks. Like, why do I want to play with this? I almost would let this confirm and just pay up and know that I have a higher probability of moving before getting involved with it. So, pardon me. So GDRX, this was an IPO that I just thought would absolutely explode. And it's done anything but. I would continue to avoid it. It's just like, look, here's your levels. I mean, you can see it's tried to do it here, right here. You have another one here that's not even worth mentioning. The only thing that, I mean, look, here was your chance, right? Let's get rid of this. Here was your chance. You undercut the low. So you clearly have a double bottom, right? You go to confirm the double bottom and you can't break that line. And then you form this wedge. Now you're back down below this level. So this is not a ringing endorsement for something that needs to be acquired. This is the exact opposite of that. This is stating pretty unequivocally that, you just want to avoid it. It's not something that I would get involved with at all. I would just hold off. If I was in it, I mean, it depends how long you want to stay in this, Anna, but I wouldn't be too comfortable being in this until it starts setting itself up. So let's look at 30 minutes to market open. Let's look at edit. So you're sitting, we looked at this before. And I'll just throw this up here. And let's throw these indicators in. So you see how you're riding that 200-day, but the 8's kind of sweeping down and you're between the 21 and the 8. You're kind of blocked in there, right? Now, I am getting more volume all of a sudden on it, and that's very interesting. It was a high flyer, so you're going to have some people that want to play this, but there's going to be some other things based upon that, right, that we're going to have to watch. So let's throw this in for a moment. And let's look at this. So there's your point of control, the purple line, right? And you can see we're now thoroughly above that. Getting above this 8 would be huge. And you could do that by just flipping this line right here. Let's get rid of this and put this up here for a moment. And you can see what I mean. Like, you have this wedge right here, right? Very tight. And you came back down and you even tested this level and bounced through it. But I would want to get above that 8-day. And the reason that the 8-day would concern me is because I've already failed it every single time that I came near it. So like, I failed it here. I failed it here, right? So to me, it's kind of rounding and saying this might be short-lived. Also, when you have a breakout bar like this and you come down to the bottom, chances are it's going to be a failed one. So you have to watch this, and you're going to watch this point of control level. They're the levels you really need to watch out for. Let's do snow. So the fact that snow's not jumping up through the roof is something that's very interesting to me, right? You should be jumping up today, following through, and you're not. And that's a good thing. So I would rather it base here for a little bit, knock around, form a flag, and then go higher. But we're going to have to see how that plays out. Now, right now, you don't have earnings for a while. Let's get rid of some of this other stuff because it's not as relevant. I mean, I guess you could argue that this is relevant, that your VWAP's here, and that's exactly where it stopped. On the point of, and it's been here a couple times and had issues with it. So getting above that's kind of key. I mean, really what you're looking for snow is to get back up to these levels, but you have some other areas first you have to deal with. Like, you're going to have to deal with this, right? You're going to have to get through that level first, 280. You need to see follow through off the high of this before you do anything. But I like that. Now, now it's just sitting right at that level. You have this whole volume shelf that's about to go away. I've been watching it. And it's been grinding higher, but I just don't have any volume, so I probably won't pull the trigger on it. Space for a day trade. I mean, let's go through this and let's just take a look at this. So, and then I can do AVGO. But space for a day trade. I mean, my day trade on space is going to be to sell it. Um, I'm going to be very apprehensive to buy this off the open. I mean, if anything, I think I'm just going to be on the other side of it with options, or just shorting stock, depending upon how hard it is to get. But I personally would not be a buyer. I could be dead wrong and change my opinion 25 minutes into the market today or 15 minutes into the market today and change my opinion on it. It could turn around, reverse, break this, and I could be long instead of what I'm saying right now. But if I was to set up where my head is and looking at this trade, it is unequivocally on the short side. You're not even getting a huge bounce at all on this news. And you should be seeing something and you're not. ZIM. Well, let me do AVGO and then I'm going to do ZIM because I'm going to forget. I like this. It's exactly what you're looking for. I want to see volume, but I don't have it. But I like this. And I like these larger cap stocks. And this obviously is a very large cap stock. Huge name from 20 years ago. I don't know if they go back that far because they changed the name, but no, they won't go back that far. But Broadcom's been around for over 20 years. I mean, well over 20 years. They changed, obviously, again, they changed the name, but or the symbol. But this little break here, you're heading to this 494.78 level just on that little break, right? I like this a lot. It's in the right space, semiconductors. It's in the right index, the NASDAQ. It's got everything going for it, right? This is really what you're looking for. And this could be a really short-term trade up to this 494 level. And it could be something that's worth taking a look at. So that's what we're going to kind of watch here and kind of figure out. But to me, that's definitely something that it would definitely be on my radar. I like this a lot. ZIM, I know a lot of people are watching this. There's a lot of conflicting information on the packaging sector right now. So again, the fact that I broke the 50-day and can't get above it, and I'm hitting the 8 now, that all would concern me if I was long this. I need to get above that 50-day moving average because all I'm doing is coming down and getting ready to roll. And I don't really want that. So let's get rid of that. ASTS. Thanks, Jared. I knew I forgot one. So I'm going to stay a couple minutes longer today just because I started late. So ASTS, I mean, I kind of like. You really got to get through that level, but you see this volume. See how that's going away? I mean, that could be really powerful, very powerful. I'd want to see a move like this, but getting through this, and this is your level, 14, 15. You need to close above that, right? Bonk, 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 bonk. You can't do it. I mean, you've tried 5 times, can't get above it. So getting above that level is perfect. That's what you need to see, Jern. Getting above that. So let's do PayPal, and then we'll go from there. So I like PayPal. I like PayPal a lot. I think it should get to 310. Fairly easy. And then we'll see what it does from there. But that's really what you need to see. I mean, look, we've been watching this one since 280. All it's been doing is just grinding higher. Just if you're in it, leave it alone. They're raising prices and people are flocking to them. It's probably one of the easiest payment processors in the world to use. And everybody loves it, and the consumer has control. I mean, there's so many good things about PayPal. It's crazy. So I get it. Now, that said, you got to watch this level and you have to get through this 310. It's rejected up here a couple times up on this level, but we should be able to get through it. Again, I just don't have any volume that really is of major interest. So let's just keep going. Yeah, I think space looks like it's time for puts. Yes, that's where I'm going with it. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Dan. LAMR. Let's do it. I like this, right? I don't know what they do. It looks like they do advertising. I like stocks that do this, that pop, and then they look like they're going to go. Get through this shelf, and it should happen. Where's my volume? Why is no one paying attention to this? That would be a concern. Is it going to be one of these slow grinds up, and that's why? And if that's the case, then that's the case, and that's what we have to watch. So, other than that, we'll see. But I get it. I see why you like it. Snow, I did, Raphael. I like snow, but you got watch the video. I like it. You have to take out the higher high from the previous day. LE, yeah, Samet. Let's follow up on LE. That's a great idea, actually, Samet. Thank you. So here's your flag, right? Let's get rid of these. We don't need them. We all know we're above them. They're irrelevant, right? This did exactly what the flag needed to do. And there's one thing that we should talk about. I'll do a video on it, like out of the other videos I want to do. But flag formations are not all the same. There are different kinds of flag formations, and we should get into that eventually. But that broke, and that is perfect. Now, getting above that 41.55 and staying above that 41.55, and this is going to go. This is going to go. This is really going to set up. So I really like this, and I think this could move. I think you can get up there. Look, retail, for whatever reason, these retail Land's End types of places, they're hot. Same with the sporting goods stores. They're just on fire for whatever reason. So I'll hang out for a little bit more here, at least a couple minutes. AMD, TTD, I think I did. I might have done it on the other call. Hold on. I didn't do it here. I like it. You're breaking out. Here's your flag. It looks to me like we're going back to 81, 89. That's what it looks like to me. I like it. I like the trade. Tesla, I did. I'd be very cautious with Tesla here. TECHTECL. Hold on one second. TECL. The technology shares. I mean, I get it. Look, here's your big issue, right? And they're going to be a little extended, right? But I mean, this is telling you that you're flipping, right? So usually what's interesting about these 3X ETFs is they can give you signals to what the indexes are going to do before they do it. So this is telling you that you're about to go parabolic on technology. I don't know that I buy it, but that's what it's saying. Came back, tested this range, broke out, and now you're taking that out again. You're going to see follow through, and you're seeing it. Like, look at Apple, right? I mean, they're all breaking these levels. So, I mean, look, I was talking about this earlier. You're heading to this level. So we'll have to see how we act. In regards to the SPY, if you get through this high, which was, forget where you closed for a moment. If you get through this high, 436, people are going to start second guessing what they're doing. You have a whole group of people. I don't know. Like, I use FinTwit as a measurement, right? Like, I don't really care what a lot of people say on there, but I use it as a measurement. And the amount of people that have been out there talking about this 8-day moving average and how overextended we are from them. I mean, they have no idea what the heck they're talking about. This is nothing. So, this can continue. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen. They're supposed to be above the 8-day moving average. They're supposed to stay above the 8-day moving average. So I like this, and I think that we're heading a lot higher. I mean, if I look at this on the weekly, I don't see any reason to think that I'm going down. I just don't see it. So I really don't. XLY. I'll just say this before I begin. Consumer discretionary looks great. Absolutely amazing. Before I forget, just watch energy today. It's for some reason it's weak again. I think this is going to trade up to here. I really do. I think going through and looking at all the sectors in the S&P, the two strongest was this XLY to me and this XLK if this can get through. But I don't know if I'm going to get through on that or not on the XLK, and that's technology. Hey, Ro. No, I didn't do UPWK. I got you. Let's do it. You're kind of wedged in there. You kind of have to get through that. You have to get through that level. If you get through that level, you'll be okay. Let's throw the indicators in. Yeah. Get through that level, you'll be okay. I don't think you really need to wait for this. I really don't feel that way. Right. But you can see where your issue is here. If you really dig into your issue, look, I mean, you can see your issue, right? 59.30, can't close, can't open, right? Can't close. Here's your issue. Get through that. And then you can watch these wicks. You can play it a little early if that's what you're trying to do, instead of waiting for this, which is 65. So that would get you in early. I mean, obviously you don't have the same protection, but you're welcome, Mike. And I'm going to do SOXL, and then I got to get out of here. All right, SOXL. See how you're right on that 8-day? Get through it. It's not a coincidence that XOXL is sitting right on the 8-day. And so is NVIDIA. Right? And tech is right at a pivotal point. So that's what I'm saying. Just watch your stops. And I think we may rotate into software. And I think we might do a little rotation back in the at-home stocks. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. That's it, everybody. I got to jump here. I got to go get set up. I will talk to everyone later. If you need me, email me, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, comment, or in the community. See ya.